What if everything you thought you knew about persuasion was wrong? In the 2016 US presidential election, when experts gave Trump only a 2% chance of winning, Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert, predicted Trump's victory. Why? Because Adams saw something others didn't. Trump's unmatched mastery of persuasion. What the media called blunders, Adams recognized as strategic moves by a master persuader. In Win Bigly, Adams breaks down the techniques Trump used to sway the nation, why Hillary's campaign fell short, and how you can use these strategies to become more persuasive yourself. Get ready to discover the secrets behind Trump's persuasive genius, and learn how you can apply these powerful tactics to your own life. Why do we often hold on to beliefs even when faced with contradictory evidence? It's not because we're stubborn, it's because of cognitive biases. These mental shortcuts save us brain power, but also shape how we perceive reality. We don't process information perfectly. Instead, our minds use biases to make quick decisions and conserve energy. Let's explore some key cognitive biases and how they affect our thinking. 1. Confirmation bias. This is when we focus on information confirming what we already believe and ignore anything contradicting it. In politics, this is common. For example, during the Trump-Russia investigation, some people thought there was collusion despite no smoking gun, while others believed Trump was innocent due to a lack of concrete evidence. People filter information to fit their beliefs, and simply presenting facts often doesn't change their minds. 2. Cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance occurs when our actions don't match our beliefs, so we rationalize them. For example, people who aren't paid for a boring task might convince themselves they enjoy it because they aren't doing it for the money. A tell for cognitive dissonance is when someone's justification is absurd or when they respond with an extreme position and a personal insult. 3. Two movies on one screen filters. Different people can look at the same data, but see completely different realities. For example, two people might watch the same presidential speech and come away with opposing views. It's easy to create different explanations from the same facts, so it's important that your interpretation can accurately predict outcomes. 4. Mass delusions. Scott Adams argues that mass delusions are common, not rare. They often result from a mix of biases, like confirmation bias and social proof, and can be seen in stock market booms and busts or exaggerated news reports. When it comes to persuading others, not all methods are created equal. Some tactics hit hard and fast, while others are weaker and less effective. Scott Adams ranks these methods based on their power to influence people. Rank 1. Appeal to fears. Fear is the strongest persuasion tool. It triggers intense reactions, often more powerful than positive emotions like hope. Personal fears are more persuasive than broad, abstract ones. For instance, the fear of losing your home is more impactful than concerns about climate change. Visual fears, frequently thought about or experienced firsthand, are especially powerful. During the 2016 US presidential election, Trump tapped into fears of job loss and crime, while Clinton framed Trump himself as a threat, likening him to Hitler, which energized her supporters. Rank 2. Identity people are strongly influenced by their group identity. If you align with someone's tribe, they will likely support you. Humans evolved to feel safer with those who are like them. This method taps into people's need to see themselves as honorable and trustworthy. For example, Trump emphasized voters' American identity, while Clinton appealed to specific groups like women and minorities. Rank 3. Aspirations. Appealing to people's aspirations can be powerful, though not as strong as fear. Aspirations create uplifting feelings, and can inspire people to act. Companies like Apple and financial services firms use this method effectively, promoting creativity and financial independence. Trump used aspirations by promising voters a wealthier, safer, and greater America, while Clinton's slogan, "Stronger Together," was less aspirational and more defensive. Rank 4. Habit persuasion is more effective when it builds on existing habits rather than changing them. For example, vitamins are marketed as part of a daily routine, like brushing teeth. Morning shows are tailored to fit into viewers' morning routines, making them easier to incorporate into daily life. Rank 5. Analogy. Analogies are a weaker form of persuasion. They help explain new concepts but are often criticized for being imprecise. An analogy might be directionally correct, but opponents can easily point out flaws. Despite this, analogies can be more effective when combined with other biases, like confirmation bias or visual imagery. For example, Clinton's comparison of Trump to Hitler worked for her supporters because it fit their existing beliefs, but Trump's supporters could easily dismiss it by finding faults in the analogy. Rank 6. Reason. Logical reasoning is less effective than people think. Most decisions are driven by emotion, with logic used to justify them afterward. Reason works best when there's no emotional content, such as shopping for the best price on a car. However, reason often falls short in emotional decisions, like politics or personal relationships. For instance, in a Jimmy Kimmel segment, people agreed with Trump's policies when they thought they were Clinton's, showing how emotions, not logic, often guide opinions. Rank 7. Hypocrisy. Pointing out hypocrisy is a weak persuasion tactic. It makes both sides look bad like children arguing. Instead, it's more effective to take the high ground and focus on solutions, positioning yourself as the mature, problem-solving adult in the room. Rank 8. Word thinking. The weakest form of persuasion, word thinking, revolves around semantics. If two people can't agree on a definition, the argument stalls. Changing someone's mind about a deeply held belief, like the definition of life in the abortion debate, is nearly impossible through semantics alone. In all these methods, visual persuasion often trumps verbal arguments. A strong visual analogy can be more persuasive than a verbal appeal to aspirations. Understanding these methods helps recognize when someone has run out of stronger arguments and resorts to weaker tactics. Mastering persuasion involves not only the methods you use, but also the principles that guide them. These core principles can make your messages more impactful and memorable. Let's dive into the principles that form the backbone of successful persuasion, helping you craft messages that resonate and drive action. 1. Communicate. Simplicity is key. Simple messages are easier to understand, remember, and repeat. Avoid unnecessary words. Write, he was happy, instead of he was very happy. Use short sentences, each conveying one clear idea. Your audience is often less attentive than you think, so keep it concise. The first sentence must grab attention and spark curiosity. Scott Adams once started a post with, "I went from being a bad writer to being a good writer after taking a one-day course in business writing," which immediately hooks the reader. In humorous writing, specificity is crucial. Swill is more vivid than drink. Structure your ideas clearly. Start with the main concept and add details as needed, just like building a tree with branches and leaves. Always connect new ideas to the reader's knowledge and summarize your key points at the end. 2. Persuasion talent stack. A persuasion talent stack is a combination of various skills that, when combined, make you highly persuasive. You don't need to be a master of any one skill. Being reasonably good at several is often more effective. For example, Scott Adams credits Trump's success to his talent stack, which includes skills like publicity, negotiation, public speaking, humor, and high energy. This combination made Trump persuasive, even if he wasn't the best at any single skill. Scott Adams himself is not the best cartoonist or comedian, but his blend of both makes him stand out. 3. Visual imagery. Visuals stick in people's minds, making them more effective in persuasion. Use simple yet powerful imagery that allows people to fill in the blanks. For example, Trump's big beautiful wall was a vague but vivid image that resonated with many. He didn't specify the wall's details, allowing people to imagine their own version, which made the idea more appealing. Trump's visual identity, like his private jet and bright red MAGA hat, reinforced his message and made him appear more presidential. In contrast, Hillary Clinton's SNL skit, where she played a bartender, did not cultivate a strong visual identity and was less effective. Visual imagery isn't just about pictures, it's about creating mental images that stick. Like Steve Jobs pulling the MacBook Air out of a manila envelope to showcase its thinness. This approach is far more persuasive than just stating facts. Effective persuasion isn't just about the words you choose. It's about the strategies you use to set the stage for influence. High-level strategies create a solid foundation for your specific tactics, ensuring your persuasive efforts are powerful and well-targeted. Let's explore the key strategies that can elevate your persuasion game and help you achieve your goals more effectively. 1. Set the expectation of being persuaded. People are more easily persuaded when they expect to be influenced. Establish this expectation early. Scott Adams often mentions that he's a trained hypnotist, which sounds impressive and sets the tone for his persuasive arguments. Similarly, professionals like doctors display their degrees, and salespeople drive fancy cars to project success. Trump's book, The Art of the Deal, positioned him as a master negotiator, leading people to expect he would win negotiations. When people pay for your service, they value your skills more and are more open to being influenced. 2. Display confidence and energy. Confidence and energy are powerful in persuasion. You must also believe in your message to get others to believe it. High energy is often seen as competence and leadership. Confidence also signals status and quality, as people assume that someone consistently confident must have substance behind their claims. This perception even extends to the stereotype that confident, assertive people are more successful, which can influence how others view and respond to them. 3. Be the voice of certainty in times of uncertainty. In confusing situations, people gravitate toward the most confident voice. Offer simple, clear answers, even if they're not entirely correct. Simplicity often seems more credible. For example, in debates over complex issues like immigration, a straightforward statement like, "Illegal immigrants are taking American jobs," may be more persuasive than a nuanced explanation, even if it oversimplifies the situation. 4. Pacing and leading. Pacing involves matching the person you're persuading in how they think, speak, and act, making them feel comfortable with you. Once you've matched them, you can lead, guiding them toward your perspective. For example, Trump used simple language to match his audience's communication style, making him relatable and easier to follow. Similarly, Scott Adams introduces himself with liberal views to align with his audience before presenting his opinions, building rapport and trust. 5. The fake, because people often need an excuse to justify decisions they've already made. Even if it's not the primary one, provide them with a reason to help them feel more comfortable endorsing your position. Dale Carnegie advises appealing to people's higher motives and offering a fake because to help them rationalize their choices. For example, during the 2016 election, some Trump supporters might have hesitated to openly endorse him until Clinton's email scandal gave them a reason to justify their choice publicly. When it comes to persuasion, the devil is in the details. Specific tactics, often subtle but powerful, can significantly affect how effectively you influence others. These tactics focus on the precise language and techniques that can tip the scales in your favor. Let's delve into the fine points of persuasion and discover tactics for making your message resonate and stick. 1. Linguistic kill shots. A linguistic kill shot is a nickname or catchphrase targeting an opponent that ends an argument by being both novel and visually striking. During the 2016 U.S. presidential election, Donald Trump used phrases like low-energy Jeb and crooked Hillary. These names were memorable because they were uncommon, visual, and fed into confirmation bias. The success of these kill shots lies in their simplicity and visual impact, making them hard to forget and easy to repeat. In contrast, Hillary Clinton's attempts at nicknaming Trump, such as Donald Duck and Dangerous Donald, were less effective. Donald Duck softened Trump's image, associating him with a beloved cartoon character. Drumpf, referring to Trump's original family name, lacks strong associations and thus failed to stick. The power of a kill shot lies in its ability to become more persuasive over time through repetition and evidence that fits the nickname. 2. Create effective slogans. Slogans, like linguistic kill shots, should be simple, positive, and rhythmic. Trump's "Make America Great Again" exemplifies this. The phrase evokes action, make, nationalism, America, aspiration, great, and nostalgia, again. Its repetition, rhythm, and positive connotations made it a powerful tool. On the other hand, Clinton's slogans like "I'm with her" and "Stronger Together" focused more on her gender and party unity, which didn't resonate as broadly. "I'm with her" emphasized Clinton herself rather than the country, while "Stronger Together" suggested unity, but was undercut by the divisiveness of the campaign. 3. High ground maneuver. This tactic involves neutralizing a specific complaint by linking it to a universally accepted higher principle. For example, when Trump was labeled a whiner, he reframed it as a positive trait, saying that the country needed the best whiner of all time. This shifted the debate from whether he was a whiner to whether being a whiner could benefit the nation. Steve Jobs took a similar approach during the AntennaGate scandal. "We're not perfect. Phones aren't perfect. We want to make all our users happy." This move focused attention from the iPhone 4's flaws to Apple's commitment to customer satisfaction. 4. Create 2 ways to win, no way to lose. In this strategy, you position yourself to benefit regardless of the outcome. For instance, when Iran detained American sailors in 2016, Trump declared that if they weren't released, he would make Iran pay once he became president. If the sailors were released, Trump could take credit. If not, he could validate his tough stance on Iran. This tactic ensures a win-win scenario. 5. Clarify your intent. The perception of your intent can be more important than what you actually say. People are more forgiving if they believe your intentions are good. For example, when Trump joked about preferring war veterans who weren't captured, many saw it as a blunt, humorous remark rather than a serious insult. You can further strengthen your persuasive impact by deliberately constructing sentences, using repetition, and leveraging social proof. Many people are saying, these tactics, used in combination, create a powerful toolkit for influencing others effectively. Do you believe these persuasion tactics could transform your ability to influence others? Are you ready to apply these strategies and see how they can change your outcomes? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoy such book summaries, subscribe, and watch this one.